Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. Today we're going to do an update on the Chevelle Yanko that I am building. And you remember in the last video we did quite a bit of work on the chassis. Since then I've added the radiator and radiator support. I guess it's all one unit, as you can see right there. And I also added the ladder bars, as you can see. There's a lot of decals on here that we're going to use. The side marker lights, and then we have some other stuff on here. Side badges, trunk, trunk keyhole. Holy mackerel! Radio, cow induction, all sorts of different license plates, and of course you got the hood stripes. Now, speaking of these hood stripes, the Camaro that I show in the picture. Is a Yanko Chevelle, but it has these stripes on it. So my thought was, if they can do that with a Yanko, why can't I do what I want to do with my Yanko? And if you guys remember, quite a while ago when I was doing my 70 Chevelle, I did a little extra painting on the hood, and that's what I came up with. If you remember that. Now, these side pieces here were painted in the color that I was doing the other car in. But what I'm saying is, if they can do these stripes on the Yanko, why can't I do these stripes or this hood combination on my build? And this still needs to get a clear coat. I don't think I'm going to use a 2K on this one. I think I'm just going to use one of the scale finishes clear coat. All of that being said, today I'm getting the engine together and put these decals away so they don't get hurt. So we're going to do the distributor wiring. Unfortunately, I was going to do the same thing I did on my Camaro, which was drill a hole through the fuel pump and then run a line back to the trunk and up to the carburetor. But I broke a drill bit and it's stuck in there in the fuel pump. So I got to see how I'm going to fix that. Anyhow, I got my starter and starter wire installed, or positive cable installed, I should say. Basically, everything is done on as far as the completion of the block and transmission. So these guys. This is the distributor I'm going to put in here. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see all of this, but there's boots on there at the distributor and at the spark plugs. And the distributor cap is painted, and it is an aluminum base. And I got this from, I believe it was eBay. Let's see, I get some of that glare out of there. This is the person I bought it from, and I don't remember if they were $4 or $2. I don't remember what the price was. Don't quote me on that. So anyhow, I did drill the distributor hole out a bit more so I can get the entire distributor into the engine like that, and I will CA that into place. And Joe, if you're watching this from Big Sky, I did purchase one of these. Thanks for the suggestion, man. Hope it works. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to set this in place, and we'll go from there. So let's see, I have some CA over here in my little tray. Move this over a little bit. Right there. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to take some of that and just put it on the bottom of the distributor here. Alright, and we're going to push him down. Make sure he's straight. Now, I'm going to try this for the first time. This is accelerator. And Joe's idea was a pretty good idea about how to do this. So just take this, and we will just, there you go, just like that. Joe, it worked out perfect. Look at that. It's solid already. And all I did was take this and put it right at the bottom of there where I put the adhesive, and I just squeezed just a drop out, and it worked out perfect. Very neat, very quick, awesome. Alright. Now, come on, there you go. I like to run my spark plug wires over the top and then down to the spark plug holes. I do not do firing order. I just put them in there to make them look good. And just remember one thing. Wires just don't hang out in midair like that. Gravity will pull them down. So what I do is I push them down, and I push them with my thumbnail to get them close to the distributor like that. And then one by one I will take them. I'll hold my finger there and I will bend it so it goes along the valve cover and then down to the spark plug hole. This way you can see the wires. Otherwise, if you put the wires underneath the headers and stuff like that, I don't think that's cool. Alright, so now that I got that, I already have my spark plug holes drilled, as you can see. I will take this and I'll probably have to adjust it to the right length. But basically, that's how I do my spark plug wires. So, with that being said, let's get going. Okay, boys and girls, this is what my wiring from my spark plug looks like, all finished up. And I think that looks pretty good. I also added my negative battery cable. Still not decided what I'm going to do with that fuel pump right now. I could put a fuel pump in the trunk and not use this one at all. That's a thought, because I do have some electric fuel pumps. Alright, anyhow, enough of the rambling. Next thing I did was on the alternator, just drill 2 holes in the back, and the red wire will go either to the battery or to the starter cable, battery cable, and this one would go inside the car to the ignition switch. So this guy's ready to get mounted. Let's see. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to drill some more holes. I want to put heater hoses on here, so we're going to drill a hole right here, and then one at the top of the water pump. And that will be for our heater hoses. I just picked a bit that will fit the wire I'm going to use, and this is, I think this is 30 gauge. It might be smaller than 30 gauge, maybe 32. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and we'll continue from there. Now, you don't have very much drilling area right here, so you need to be really careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill it as close to the block as possible, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so here we go. Alright guys, what you're looking at now is almost a completed detailed engine. Here's my heater hoses. I made them a different color, orange, because there are such thing as orange hoses on the market. My plus and minus battery cables here. My alternator wires here. My coil wire here. Now, the only thing I have to do is paint the carburetor and mount the carburetor, and I think we'll call this video good after the carburetor is mounted on the engine and painted and so on and so forth. Well, that being said, let's get painted on this. We're going to use aluminum, and we'll give it a shake, shake, shake. And we'll just put a little bit in here, like that. And pick a paintbrush. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. It's not going to take very much to paint this. These are the carburetors my friend Jimmy, a long-time railroad partner. I asked him to do these carburetors for me with the fuel lines, and he did that, and they look really, really good. Alright, so carburetor is painted. Next thing is we'll paint the fuel line. Paint that a different color. Maybe we'll do that in brass or something else. But I don't throw away my airbrush cleaner. What I do is when it gets low, I open up a new bottle, but I keep this to clean my brushes so I don't waste it. Alright, and then we'll just wipe that guy off. What I like about this Tamiya paint, it dries pretty quick. And let's see, I guess we'll do brass. Would that be a good color? I think brass would be a good color. Yeah. Just a little bit of brass right there. Alright. I know you won't see the underneath of it, but we'll go ahead and give it a little bit of paint. So, that's my carburetor. Now what we need to do is mount him up on the engine, and I will hit that with a little black wash to give it a little bit more depth. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, so what I'm going to do is let's do a little test fit on there. And that looks really good right there. So we will take my glue and we will put some glue right on top of there. Sorry for talking to myself, guys. I'm the only entertainment in this house. Alright, that. Over there like that, and then we are looking really good. Slide over just a bit. Yeah, there you go. Alright guys, I now have a completed detailed engine except for the upper and lower radiator hoses. I won't put that on until I get it until I get the engine in the car. I'm probably thinking about using the electric fuel pump idea I said earlier, but that won't happen in this video. So anyhow, let's take a look at this from the side, see what we look like. Do you right here. I think that looks pretty good. Maybe a top view might be better. Doesn't that look good, guys? And then, of course, we will have white headers. Again, the headers won't go on until it's in the car, but that's what it will look like. Okay, boys and girls, let's have an overview of what we accomplished in this video. As you can see, the motor and chassis are now married. And here are all my exterior detailing. And we are totally secure on the bottom. The exhaust pipes, if these exhaust pipes were separate, I would be able to line it up with the headers. This guy seems like he's loose. He is. I gotta put a little more glue on there. Alright, anyhow, the chassis is complete. I'm happy with it. It looks good. Standing up on all fours. We'll put that on the side. And just a quick update on the interior. As you can see, I now have the shifter in there. I painted the stem of the shifter in chrome. I painted the boot with tire black, and I gave it a gloss black shifter ball. As you can see, I just have some seat belts that I'm going to put in there. And I kind of did a little detailing on the firewall. And you can see I've got holes drilled there, and I've got holes drilled there for the wires that are going to go into, or supposedly go into, the car. Now, I think I might have to re-drill these holes, because before I mounted this, I drilled the holes, and I could see that where I drilled the holes is going to be really close to where I want to put them inside the car. Anyhow, that's something I need to worry about later. And then the dashboard, like I think I showed you guys already, I did do chrome around the rings, chrome around the dashboard. I got to touch it up a little bit with some black. And I still need to put the decals in the gauges. So, with all of that being said, stay tuned for part 3, which I think this car will be finished in that video. I'm also going to go with this hood, and I tried to repair the damage that was here. I got it mostly out, and I'm not going to go any further, because then I'll be really putting more of a gouge in there and taking away some of the body line. So I'm going to leave that the way it is, and I'm pretty sure that it won't be that noticeable when it's painted. Anyhow, with all of that being said, hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. Pit Stop Scale Model Garage out for now. Bye!